Good early morning, you guys. It's 3:30 a.m. Got my Red Bull to get me started. We're going to Minnesota today to Rotochopper headquarters. Hope you got your boarding pass. This is gonna be a fun trip. All right, let's go. All right, now where's the Floyd brothers? There's Wild Man. He can park right there in front of that door if he wants. So I'm not going to mention any names, but somebody left their purse in the truck.
Yeah. Sorry.
What am I going to do to you, kid? All right, now let's go.
Whenever I have to check this much line, that's it. Thank you.
Every time I've done it, I'm gonna puke.
Yeah, we're not talking about puke.
Oh, we're not talking about puke.
We're not talking about puke.
I'm not even gonna speak it. Into
No, we don't even utter that word
We'll be leaving
ever
shortly.
again.
We'll be leaving
Please step out of the alto aisle of the seated and exit seats. Please review the exit seating criteria.
Good job. Did you break it?
Drop my gum.
Missed the receptacle. Somebody will find it. All aboard the pain train. All right. You just gotta get you a nice wide stance.
Welcome aboard the plane train. Please hold on. This train is departing.
All right, you got this.
The next stop is Concourse C.
You gotta really lean
C
with
is
it,
in
buddy.
coffee, which is available on all concourses.
Yeah. Until it stops, and then we go.
Please hold on. This train is stopping. As in Tango.
Mine's going faster. We're gonna beat you. Oh, I can't reach. Oh, I wish.
Stop.
Man.
Ew, I shouldn't do
And you
this.
touched it. That's nasty. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Dang, they must think we somebody. Twin Wagoneers. I like it. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, dude. Doing great. Thank you for coming and getting us, man.
Hi, I'm Brad. Nice to meet you.
All right, that should do it. Let's roll.
Jason, I'm not passing this guy up over this hill. Man, that's a good looking mullet, I'll tell you what.
Heck yeah, it is. Sleeveless shirt.
You're damn right. Walker Wall and be proud right there.
Blowing his nose on his shirt. It's awesome. Kid don't know he's about to be on YouTube. Now we in corn country. I do remember this. Well, we made it, guys. We are here at Rotochopper headquarters. It's a little warmer up here than I was hoping. It's sticky. I think it actually might even be cooler back in South Carolina. We're gonna go in now, get a little bit of air conditioning and see what these guys have got in store for us.
Come on in. We'll just get at least an...
Oh, remember that table? I love that table. Did you see that last time, Aaron?
Well, you got a rotor. We have a rotor.
We do have a rotor. There's your next project, dude. That is so cool. All right.
All right, this is the plan for today.
Okay.
So our Trommel 206 we're gonna run. We were gonna do all the demos tomorrow, but there's gonna be storms tonight, which will make the back just a muddy mess.
Okay.
So we're going to do that today. But what I wanna do first is we'll get everybody geared up. I'm gonna have Andy, our sales manager, give us all a tour, talk through that. That probably is a 45 minutes to an hour. And then we'll go back and they're gonna run the 206. Tomorrow we'll do demos of the Sarlacc and of the screener conveyor, and we can do some more walking around and just kind of also have a meeting about field day itself.
Yes.
And sit down and talk a little bit more about that in the
Yeah,
morning.
and Mark was kind enough to fly the drone and get us a couple drone shots. So
Good.
we got that, so we can kind of take a look and
Perfect.
talk about how we want to lay everything out and
Perfect.
make it flow.
Yeah, all right.
We're gonna do the tour, and I think by 2:30, so we got about an hour and 15 minutes to do the tour. Yeah, so
All right, cool.
we'll start upstairs.
Let's do it.
All right.
Usually like to have them around the neck and then have to
So,
Nice space.
welcome to beautiful St. Martin. You're probably driving on the way out here. For those that haven't been here, like, where the hell are we? Where are they taking us to? So we've been in business for about almost 35 years. Coming up here, I'll show you downstairs a collage of pictures and a little bit of the history of Rotochopper when we go downstairs and where we came from and how we're at here today. And then when we go through the buildings, I'll talk a lot about the dates that the buildings were built. This is one of the newer portions of the building. We get a little older as we go that way. So this was 2015-16 edition. It's our training room right now. So bigger group meetings, Roto University that you have been to during COVID. This was like the conference room so you could spread out. And then over here behind you, I do have two maps. One map has not been updated since 2017. As you can see, it is very busy. I have a map downstairs that is updated weekly. Just got to be too small. This map is our international map. This is updated. We do have dealers.
Oh, that's cool. We got them all over the world.
Yeah, we are factory direct, at least in North America. We do have a dealer in Australia, a new one in Brazil, Ireland, Sweden, and then we do have a dealer up in Montreal, just with the language, the French-English language barrier is kind of a unique. Yeah, so that one is updated.
That's so cool, man.
A lot of FPs and ECs down in Australia, New Zealand. Yep. We have a good dealer down there, so it is getting more and more.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So with Rotochopper being, factory direct, that's one of our big selling points. You're dealing with the factory. For the most part, we built it, we service it, we sell it, kind of from cradle to grave here. So you can see some of the pictures of some of our equipment that we have up here. One of the first ones was out front there, the old single hand-fed one at a time pallet.
Back in the good old days.
One at a time. This is the service department, so we do have about 12 in-house service reps who will either take your phone call when you do call in. These techs will also go out in the field when it mandates that they be there, and then we do have 8, I think soon to be 9 service techs out in the field. Northern California, Southern California, San Antonio, Indiana, Georgia, Virginia, Albany, New York.
Nice.
I think I got them all. The other thing that we do have as well, again, really hitting on that customer service part, is we have our own delivery driver, so most of our deliveries are made by our own people. Again, just to hand off to the customer with the final, getting the machine and all that it's a much better experience versus a hire hauled or somebody just drops it off.
That's like our good buddy Mark that delivers our equipment. We love that guy.
Yep. So Tracy, I'm going to make her appear here.
Okay.
You got a crowd waiting for you. Get out here.
It's just a crowd and a camera. No pressure.
Tracy's our transportation manager.
Hi, Tracy. Nice to meet you.
So, Mark, Dale, and Jesse all report into her. And,
I think you've seen Mark quite a
Yeah. Mark's normal delivery guy. Yeah, we love Mark. Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Is Barb here?
Barb,
they were asking about you.
She was trying to be quiet. She was trying to be quiet around that. Hey Barb, I don't know if you remember me. I'm Ryan. Nice. Your husband took us ice fishing a few years back.
Oh, do I have am I turn that off? Oh, do I have a story? Yes, and he could go and tell quite the story.
I'm sure he could. Yeah.
The snow angels.
Yeah.
They were all crawling around. Perfect ice, perfect snow, everything.
We were all freaking out as we drove down the boat ramp onto the frozen lake. Me and Aaron were unbuckling and we were getting ready to jump out of the truck. Like, what the hell are we doing? We're about to drive out onto the lake.
The crew, because there's 3 of you, 3 or 4, because you were here for Roto U.
Yeah.
And then, yes, that afternoon, Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
And then my husband was late for supper, and he's like, yeah, we had to stop in St. Rosa for a beer, and yeah, I'm glad I drove, was all he said. So it was a good time. It was a great time. We had such a great time with you guys.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, now it's not winter. There's nothing on your bucket
It's
list.
definitely not winter.
Yeah.
Outside. Definitely not winter. But we're going curling this time, ice curling, so. Yeah. Still get to play on the ice a little.
Good. Well, enjoy. But yeah, glad you guys are back. Oh my goodness, that brings back some good memories.
Good to see you again.
Yes,
Thank y'all for having us.
Yes, of course.
All right, see ya. Where to next, Mr. Andy?
All right, next we'll go down to the engineering department. All right, engineering department. Again, the beauty of Rotochopper is factory direct. You know, we listen to our customers. I like to say that our customers are our biggest R&D department. We're looking for feedback and input, you know, make it bigger, make it smaller, make it faster, make it slower, whatever it is. So this team may not always like some of those changes and all that, but this is the team that is tweaking and always looking to make our stuff better. Most of our equipment goes out with some little bit of a change from machine to machine, again, as we try to make the machine work for your business, not your business work around how the machine is built.
Yeah.
Within reason, obviously. So here's a couple of examples of electric machines. Just an EC366 with a side discharge conveyor, a short discharge conveyor. This one over here is a system, a complete system that we put in with a electric B66 cross belt on the conveyor into our surge hopper, another cross belt conveyor into our hammer mill, processing animal bedding.
Okay.
So taking pallet waste and creating all that. So everything you see here is
in line.
in line and
really
built
cool.
and made right here.
And the other, you know, cool thing that you mentioned too, you know, you guys listen to feedback from your customers, but y'all actually listen.
Yes.
And that's one thing I respect about Rotochopper is y'all actually listen and then do something about it.
Yep, that is the goal again, is trying to work with the customer and figure out what's the best solution for their problem or their business.
Yeah.
Kind of made a complete circle here. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but the table.
Oh, that was the first thing we noticed when we came in. In fact, we've got an old rotor, so that's going to be Aaron's new his new project when we get home.
We're gonna do that.
He's like, great.
Let's cut it in half and a couple more.
Another project.
So again, we're still in the 2015-16 edition. You have the executive offices, marketing, finance, HR's in here. So this used to be the parking lot, and then the front door used to be along this wall here. So now we're going into the 2000 edition.
Okay.
So this used to be the front door used to be over here. So this used to be kind of the CEO's office and some other offices. And then this used to be where all the cubes and all that were.
Yeah, I think this is where we had Roto University. Wasn't it, Aaron? You remember? Yeah, this is where it was.
This looks familiar.
Yeah, this is where it was. We're running you out, man.
Yeah, you're
How you doing? How you doing today, bud?
So here's a little bit of a history of Rotochopper. So it started off with Peltz Manufacturing. A gentleman by the name of Fred Peltz grew up about 5 miles from here, worked on his family farm, and had a knack for making things better, fixing things, so much so that he was fixing stuff on his dad's farm and was asked by other local farmers if he could bring, or if they could bring their stuff to him to fix as a high school student. Fred graduated from high school and kind of bought this property that we're on right now, and it was Peltz Manufacturing, literally fixing and making things at that time, you know, for the agriculture community. He met our other co-founder, Vince Hunt, kind of by happenstance. Vince had an idea of making something that was shredding paper, and somebody locally here bought that, and it broke right away. So they brought it to Fred to fix it, and Fred looked at this and says, man, this is a great idea, I can make it better. Found Vince's number on the machine plate or whatever it is, called him, and then those two made a connection, and all of a sudden, a few years later, Peltz Manufacturing is making a piece of equipment called a Rotochopper. So that's kind of how Pelts manufacturing turned into Rotochopper. Unfortunately, in 2000, when we were doing this building expansion, literally right where we're standing, about right here, Fred fell off the roof in the fall of 2000 and passed away a few years later. So that is when Pelts manufacturing then kind of morphed into Rotochopper and simply started making just Rotochopper equipment. It wasn't manufacturing or fixing other pieces of equipment. So, you know, here's our MC. This is an early on MC. Structurally, it almost looks the same as what an MC looks like today. Even right, Lambeau Field there does not look like that anymore. If you see the picture of Lambeau Field, it's got all the press boxes and everything, much more fan friendly. But yeah, a lot of our early equipment here, they went from that hand-fed single one pallet producer to this where you could put multiple pieces in there. So you can just see, and then obviously all the way up to a B66L, 1200 horse. That's
a really neat evolution of the company right there, man.
Yeah.
And so Fred Pelts, the FP, that's after him, right?
That is what the FP stands for, is Fred Pelts, yes.
Gotcha. Very cool, man.
Yep.
That's a great history.
Yep.
Humble beginnings.
Yep. So over here is the updated map we talked about upstairs. It doesn't have names on it, but it does give you a glimpse as to where our equipment
y'all got them everywhere.
Yep.
There we are.
Yep.
One of those.
Yep. Well, 3 of those.
3 of them.
Yep. So
wow, look at all those.
You can really see, right? We're based out of here, so a lot of pins in this area, but it really goes to show it's really kind of in the recycling business. It's where the people are.
Sure.
There's a lot of wood in this area, not a lot of people. So they have space. They don't need to reduce and do some of that. So
Courtney, this makes our map look kind of puny, doesn't it?
We might have to upgrade.
We might have to upgrade. I like this better. That's really nice. That is a lot of machines.
Yeah, I think about 3,000, give or take.
Very interesting.
Okay, we'll need our glasses on this part.
Earplugs or not?
It's up to you. You don't need them, but it's up to you. There's a new B66 roller right here. This one has breakers on it. It's got the wedge seat. I'm not sure where it's going. That might be a customer order for a replacement of a machine. A couple of in-feed belts. Okay. So speaking of that, a lot of this stuff is processed with our robots over here. So we're actually standing in the old shop, the original shop. A little bit lower ceilings. This used to be an old rail car building from Brainerd, Minnesota, about an hour north of here, that we went up there, tore it down, and brought it up here and assembled it. That's why it's got the windows up in the back there, kind of like an old rail car building. So this is now, again, with those lower ceilings, this is now our robot area. So this dual arm robot right here for that B66 rotor that I showed you, that used to be about 80 man hours to weld that rotor together. So 2 guys all week. Now that robot can do it in about 10 hours, do that same thing. And obviously it's just consistently a better weld and everything else, doesn't call in and get sick and all that. So
doesn't need any time off, does it?
No.
There's a line right here you cannot cross.
Okay.
Otherwise it'll stop.
Gotcha. All right. Awesome. Thank you.
So behind the gray curtain, if you will, is our rotor balancer. As you can imagine, as big as that rotor is, if it's out of balance when it goes out, it'll cause some damage. We do balance our rotors before they go into the machine to make sure that they're all level and balanced.
Andy, how do they balance the rotor? Just weld extra metal wherever it needs, just like a tire?
A little bit of,
a little bit of weight here, a little bit there?
Yeah, before he gets going.
How's it going, bud?
Before you do it, so how do you balance it? I mean, so let's say it's a little bit out of balance.
Is it okay if I step in there?
Yep.
These are my 3 common weights that I use.
Yeah.
So basically, you come around the side here. Behind the end caps on this one, there's going to be, this is the first weight that I'll put in. Oh. Cut that part.
I'll edit that out, man. We didn't see nothing.
He's out of my fantasy.
It's a little warm, but It'll sit roughly like that.
Yeah.
And I'll go and weld it all the way around. And then I'll fine tune it down with these here ones. That'll sit
So
like that.
what's telling you though that okay, it's out of balance? How do you know?
My computer over here. So the bottom row here is the degrees on where it wants it.
Yeah.
And then the top ones is the amount of grams it needs.
Ah, okay. So it really is just like balancing a tire.
Literally,
Yeah.
it's just a tire balancer on steroids, basically.
I love it, man.
Right now I don't have it lined up perfectly, so these bottom numbers here are going to change, but otherwise it would be within a few degrees of that. Okay.
You got a pretty important gig, man. Yeah, to get these things perfect. I'm not going in there with it, but you can stick your head around. You can stick your head around the corner.
But when I'm done, that's the amount of weight I'm going to need.
Okay.
A 1/2 inch nut.
That's it.
Both of our flame tables are about 1.5 years old. We actually had to extend the building out. You can see where the wall originally was.
Yeah.
We had, and we did that work of it.
Those are huge, man.
Yeah.
Those plasma tables.
Yep. Yep. We used some old crane. Old crane. That's what's holding up the structure of the building back there.
I got it. That is huge, man. Golly. Never seen a plasma table that size. That is nuts.
This one has allowed us to do a lot more production here instead of having it produced for us.
Yeah.
We've been able to do a lot more precise work with this, so it has kept costs down on parts and made us be faster, more productive.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Yep.
That's impressive.
So here's our press and our press brake. So this is a good Fred Tell story. This is from 1990, is my understanding. Fred was always one to, why would I build, or why would I buy a new piece of equipment when I can build it? So he took a bunch of extra parts and built this press brake that we still use today to help bend our screens and all that. So we still have a touch of Fred pelts
That's nice,
that we use on a day-to-day basis.
He seemed like a really ingenious, almost inventor-like mindset.
That's exactly what he was. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's really a tribute to him there, having that and still using it here. So that's pretty amazing.
Yep. I think some of our drawings of our first equipment are probably etched out in chalk on the floor
on the
here.
floor, probably so.
They're all up here
up in his brain.
So.
That's pretty amazing. Well, the company's come a long way.
Yeah.
Since then. A long way.
Yeah. Still try to keep those humble roots and relatively small company with 130 employees, but delivering worldwide and listening to our customers.
Yeah, but that's respectable too. How humble you guys truly are, and you keep those roots that the company was born with. I think that's important. A lot of the larger companies lose that. And it just, I don't know, it loses value.
Yep, and the bigger you get, right, the harder that can be, and so far we've been able to still hold on to that value.
Maintain it.
So
Well, good on you guys. Man.
Yep. So we do get raw steel that comes in a couple of times a week. Here's a McNelia steel truck coming in today. That'll be coming in here, and then within days that'll be parts for a new machine, or potentially parts for a customer that need it. So. And then once they come in here, they're going to go to the flame tables and then head over to production. And
I'm sorry, how many loads a week did you say?
2 to 3.
2 to 3 loads. I bet y'all go through some metal.
Yep. Over here is where we do a lot of our baffles with our screens. We got a couple different screen sizes here. One of the things that we feel like we're best in industry at is making that exact product size. We take pride on kind of that perfect in one pass and that finished product size, because a lot of our customers, that means the big thing is hitting this spec.
Yep.
And our screens and the way that things are set up allows our customers to do that, and allows Rotochopper to provide that end product that they're looking for consistently.
To touch on your point, so we've got a lot of customers that blow mulch through their blower truck.
Yep.
And they love our mulch because it's a certain size, it's consistent, it never changes, and they know what they're getting every time they order it.
Yep. Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure you can find, just like anything, you can find, screens out there that may be a little bit less expensive, but they won't wear as long, and they will not consistently give you that finished product that you're looking for.
Yeah.
So this is the old feed
booth, yeah.
Which is now, right now it's the wash bay, and in the winter it's the defrosting bay. So stuff will come in here to get clean before it goes into paint.
Killed a skeeter.
Oh, was it already dead?
Yeah, but he's real dead now. Thank you, Courtney.
That's right. I got your back.
All right, it doesn't feel like it, but I swear, coldest place on earth in January is right here.
It's cooler now.
This is cold storage, so in January it is cold. So it feels actually pretty good today. But
Aaron and I came up in February. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
I've never experienced cold like that.
Yep.
I think it was 17 below or something.
Yep, that'll do it to you. Yeah, you walk out here and it is it's cold. But so this is cold storage. So this is where we have a lot of our parts. So they're picking the parts, you know, for the machines we're building, for the part orders that are coming in from the machines out in the field today. You know, one of the things, again, being factory direct, you know, we give our customers the part list. We don't proprietary any of the bearings or the hoses or anything. You know, downtime is crucial to your business. The less downtime, the more money you're going to make. So we make sure that we give you all the part numbers and just make it as simple to have uptime and running. So if you can find a bearing or a hose or something locally faster, go ahead and do it. If not, we have it here. Obviously, there's some parts that we make specifically for our machine. Yeah. But we have most of our stuff in stock, and again, that factory direct. You know, if you call us, you're dealing with the people. There isn't a middleman.
And that's one thing we love about it, because you know who's going to pick up the phone. Yep. We know you got the part in stock. Yep. And we know we're going to get it quick. Yep. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Yep. Aaron, go ahead and make you a list of everything we.
Yeah, I'm just looking at
Everybody's got to carry one part home in their carry-on.
Yeah.
Damn, look at those shafts. I was wondering when the first "that's what she said" joke was coming into the video. Can't take these boys nowhere. It is impressive. They got a butt ton of parts, man. But like you said, you know, since they don't have a gajillion different machines and different makes and models, you know they're going to have the part for your machine. Is your power feed?
I've seen inside one of these.
Yes, you have.
They do a hell of a job putting them together too.
You did a hell of a job of fixing that one.
Still running.
Yeah, this is pretty cool, man. It's nice to be back up here.
It is.
It's been too long.
It really makes you appreciate these guys.
Yeah, they're good folks. So we are out at Rotochopper's demo yard right now. I'm not exactly sure what all we're going to see run. Looks like they got a Trommel screen running right now, so let's go check it out. Man, they have got some pretty soil up here in Minnesota. Look how black that material is. That's gorgeous. So Rotochopper not only does, you know, grinders and shredders, they also do these standalone track stackers. So this is a 50-footer right here. And it's going to be a little bit loud over here by the Trommel, so I'll just tell y'all briefly before we walk over there. So this is Rotochopper's MT206 Trommel screen. So it's 20 foot long, that's what the 20 stands for, 6 foot wide drum. The cool thing about this machine is that drum is interchangeable. So you don't have to replace individual screens in there. You can just open up a panel, take your forks, go in there, pick the entire drum up, changing drum or screen sizes very much simple. material right there. These Trommel screens do a much better job than like our Sandvik carp screener. Because of that brush, they're able to keep the screens clean and not have them blind over. And trust me, I know about harp screeners because that was what my dad had in the very beginning, an old X-Tech screener. My job was to get up in there with an old push broom and clean those screens. When you have a real sticky material like this, the screens would blind over literally probably every 3 to 4 scoops with the loader. So Trommel screens have really come a long way, and we have found the beneficial use of them with materials such as this right here. This is an impressive little setup right here, y'all. They have really kicked out some material in short order. I'm not exactly sure how long Rotochopper has been doing the Trommel screens, but it's kind of cool, you know, coming up here and visiting these folks and learning the history behind the company and how they started out, you know, obviously in the grinding and shredding industry, but to watch them grow and to watch them evolve into other useful pieces of machinery that can help us in our mulch making process, compost making process. And they're just a fantastic company to work with. Y'all know I don't BS you on any company that I don't feel like is a really good player in the game, and Rotochopper has been awesome to deal with. They're really good people, their values are strong, and I just feel confident going with Rotochopper. We've got 3 of their machines now, and every single time we need them, they're there for us. The machines have stood up to the abuse that we put them through, and I couldn't be happier. They're making some absolutely beautiful topsoil up here with that Trommel screen. We had to kind of get away from that area over there where he was loading from. The mosquitoes up here are crazy right now. So unfortunately, we brought the warm weather from South Carolina up here to Minnesota with us. I thought we were going to get a little bit of a break, but I guess I was wrong. Pretty sweet little setup, man.
Pretty slick unit, man.
That's some beautiful material. That is dark and rich, but the daggone mosquitoes were about to carry me off around there on the other side where he's digging. I guess he disturbed them over there and all that vegetation. There's some sticky stuff though. Yeah. The drum's staying super clean though, surprisingly, as sticky as it is.
Yeah. It's super fine material. It's just balling up in the drum.
Yeah. I like that though.
All the little rabbit poops.
Yep.
Or goat poops, or deer poops.
Man, I'd love to have this stuff in my garden.
Yeah.
That is rich. That's how they got all that pretty corn growing up here, I reckon.
Probably so.
Did they say what else they gonna run for us?
I heard that this was it for this evening.
Okay.
Just because they were worried about the ground up here around the Trommel getting wet with the rain tonight.
Oh, that's right.
So, I don't know, hopefully they set that bad boy there up.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
That's the unit there.
Let's go check it out real quick.
If this thing's got a ladder on the other side, this is where it needs to be. Here you go.
So what we looking at, man? This double triple deck? Not a double triple, a triple deck.
It's a double triple with two decks.
Nice.
All right. I don't know, it's a slick unit though. It's got stuff everywhere. I guess your overs. No, so it's a double deck with 3 materials. Yeah, so your coarse materials out there. Your second deck is over here with us.
Right.
And your bottom deck is
going out the other side.
Yeah.
This thing looks mean though.
Oh, it does. I want to see it run.
I do too.
I got some stuff I could run through it.
Yep. October's gonna be fun, dude.
Oh yeah.
That is gonna be epic.
One blast at a time.
It will. So for those of you who haven't heard, Rotochopper is gonna bring down a ton of different equipment October 30th to our place down in South Carolina. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link in the description down below if you would like to attend. Again, like I've said before, sorry, it's not really a meet and greet, but Rotochopper is just gonna showcase some of their different material, different equipment. I don't know how many pieces they're going to break down, but that's kind of the point of this tour and this trip up here to Minnesota, is to talk to them and see what all pieces they want to bring down, how much room we got, how much equipment can we set up, successfully and not overwhelm people and make everything flow across the property. So I'm gonna bring you guys along to that meeting the whole trip up here in Minnesota. Whatever I can film, I'm gonna film it for y'all. Okay, we sweet talked them into go ahead and firing up this double deck screening machine for us because I really want to see it run. We don't have a great deal of material to run through it, but we're going to run through some of that ground up shredded wood material over there. But this is a pretty machine, so I'm happy that they're going to oblige us and run it before the rainstorm moves in. There's equipment moving all over the place out here, you guys. This is a nice another little stacker they got. I tell you what, I'm like a kid in a candy store out here. We've got tons of equipment to check out while we're up here in Minnesota. Telescoping loader right there. Let me move my stupid self out of the way. I don't know, well, y'all know me. We're going to definitely always be downwind from the dust and whatever material we're messing with. And I'm still stupidly standing here with stuff cars coming off the conveyor. It's going to blow on me, so let me get us moved out of the way here. Cool if I climb up there? Yep. It's okay if I climb up there while it's running?
On the railing there, yep.
All right, thank you. Okay.
It'll be a lot easier for you.
Appreciate it. Shaky up here, but I really like this screening deck they got. So it looks like they're probably running, I don't know, maybe a 2.5 inch solid deck on the top. I'm not exactly sure what the deck size is below, maybe 1.25 inches or something like that, but obviously the scalping screen is going to get all your large material off first, then it'll fall through onto the secondary screen it even finer. So you have the potential to make 3 different products with this one machine. Through this earlier. That's why you see the little bits and pieces of plastic. You can see how you get these different segregated piles on all 3 sides of the machine from the 2 different decks. So your larger material will of course come off your tail conveyor right here in the middle, your secondaries on the left side of the machine, and then your finer material will come off this belt over here. Mr. Andy.
Yes, sir.
You know how I love to put you on the spot on camera.
That's all right.
So tell me, and the folks that are watching, what would be the uses for this double deck screen, and why would you use this versus, say, a Trommel screen? What are some different applications?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're getting 3 cuts versus 2 cuts, right? No, that's probably obviously the biggest difference. I think this will take a little bit of that bulky, more of that bulky material, a little bit more of that. contaminated might be a better word.
Maybe with
material.
like rocks or concrete or something like that, because in that trommel screen you can beat up a drum pretty good.
Correct.
Whereas this here is super beefy.
Right.
You've got that hard deck screen, not near as much abuse on the machine.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think just getting that third cut right, it's eliminated the steps. Some people, all they want is the fines out,
right,
and the big stuff over here. But this will give you, you know, obviously three different
products in one pass.
Right, right. Where here you look at it, right, you can regrind this material. That may be okay for boiler fuel, and this behind here, you know, that might be ready for mulch already. So
Makes sense.
if you had more even refined material, you could really get your final product.
Gotcha. Okay. Thanks for always letting me put you on the spot,
yes,
man.
Yes, sir. That's what we're here for.
I knew I couldn't stump you. Aaron, will you buy me that for Christmas? I've been good.
I was going to get it for you sooner than that, but we can wait till Christmas.
That's a pretty nice machine, dude. I love that screening system right there versus our harp screen.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to hold up a lot longer. Yeah, that's pretty jam up right there, man. I love that extendo loader, too.
That's pretty slick. That's what you need for grassroots, man.
That would be awesome for grassroots.
Yeah.
Especially for some of those guys that show up with the enclosed trailers, enclosed van bodies that we have to load. Yeah, I've never seen one of those. That's pretty slick, man. Yeah. James, you remember us two hoodlums? You know I'm gonna put you on camera. Good to see you, dude.
Good to see you.
We talked to your wife earlier. Yeah.
The fish are biting. Yeah.
So what do you do with the ice shack during the summertime? You just have to
storage.
Yeah.
Parked in a barn.
You gonna take it back out when it freezes?
You bet.
All right. Well, if we come back up, if we're crazy enough to come back up in the wintertime again, maybe we can hit you up.
You bet.
Yeah, for sure. That would be awesome. That's a nice machine right there, James. Thank y'all for firing it up for us, letting us watch it work, man. I love it. I need one.
Yes, you do. Two.
I need one of everything you got out here in this yard, man. Especially, I love the loader. That's pretty slick, man. Awesome. Well, appreciate you firing that up for us, man. We're coming back in the wintertime.
Okay, sounds good.
And this is what makes the field trips so much fun. So I really like to try to take advantage of it as much as I can and see as many different pieces of equipment run as I can to see how they can help us, you know, back home. Plus, I want to show it to you guys too.